Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and a very warm welcome, good afternoon or early evening. My name is Dr. Madeline Chan and I will be presenting in the next 40 minutes. It will be The Wise Ones on USA Global TV and Radio. So we have a very exciting guest today, but before we bring in our exciting guest, and I'll explain to you about her, I would like to just reach out to and let you know how our subscribers are doing for USA Global TV and Radio on our YouTube channel. Currently, we are at a staggering, and this is at today's results, 39,003 subscribers. Our aim, the target, is 100,000 subscribers by the 7th of November 2024. At the same time, we're looking to have 100,000 subscribers for Dr. Jacqueline Kerbick YouTube channel. Currently, we are today at 7,938. So we're going well. So I'm going to say, please do, everyone, please do help and subscribe and help us to grow the mothership. Help us to grow USA Global TV and Radio, because it is within your interests. We are the only USA Global TV and Radio station that helps to promote education, helps to promote your story, and give you extreme good rates, very affordable rates for you to promote your brand or even host your own program with training, of course, but I will fill you in that later on another program. But for now, let us bring on, actually, before we bring her on, I'll just give a nice brief synopsis. The lovely Sarah Gillian. She is an actress. She's a clown. She is a wonderful creative chameleon artist as well. At 7 years old, she had her first radio appearance. Can you imagine? At 7 years old, goodness me. And at 9 years old, she sold her first artwork piece. And at 12 years old, can you imagine this? She illustrated her first children's book. Oh my goodness, this is super, super exciting. We're so happy in the studio to have this extremely talented woman, Sarah Gillian. Please do bring her through. Here
Hello.
she comes. Hi, good afternoon, Sarah.
Hello there.
And I believe you're from Seattle, Washington.
Yes, well, I'm located in Seattle, Washington now. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. And for our viewers, can you explain who you are in a kind of a short synopsis?
In a short
Would
sentence.
you like to share in a short synopsis?
I'm a professional clown. I'm a visual artist. I'm an actress. I'm a children's book author. And that's about it. I just do a lot of creative stuff. I've sold a lot of different things. And as an actress, I've done a number of things, a few feature films, and yeah, I started in radio and a few television commercials, and I really just enjoy anything creative.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Can we just like rewind a little bit to go back to your younger years? I find it fascinating, Sarah. 7 years old, giving a radio interview. Can you tell our viewers what this was all about?
Sure. I was asked by a woman at the CBC radio.
Oh, we seem to have just had a lost transmission. I'm sure that we'll get Sarah back in a minute. But before we do, sometimes it happens with when you're live broadcasting, these little glitches. And so before she comes back again, Sarah, I would like to say I myself am an author and I'm a soul heart awakener. So I help people to bring out their creative heart genius. And in order to be that, you have to be creative. You have to be a child at play to understand and connect with that inner star child within you that helps you to bring on your creativity. And through that, yes, of course, I've got my book here, Star Child, which you can find on Amazon. And at the same time, I teach people to sing, which again, it's about being a play. I have The Colours of the Voice. At the moment, sorry viewers, Sarah is not here right now. We seem to have lost transmission, but as I suggested before, as I said before, that sometimes it happens in live broadcasting. It's different when it's recorded, but it's live broadcasting. This is, and it's super powerful. So here we go. Oh, she's here. She's back here. Fabulous. Here we go. Here we welcome Sarah.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Did you do a disappearing act there? Did you do your clown thing?
A little magic.
I was thinking you did a little bit of magic. So going back to the question, you were invited at 7 years old to give a radio interview. So as we were talking about, what was the topic of the discussion? What were you going through your mind at that time, being interviewed on a main radio station?
I was very relaxed about it. I think I was, so I had started acting school when I was about 6 years old, and I liked performing a lot in front of people. I'd put on little shows at home, so I was used to doing creative acting things, and I was asked to do a radio show, actually be a host at 7 years old. So the topic was country living, and it was a lot of fun. It was about, I think we did 3 or 4 shows, and we just discussed what it was like to live in the country, because at the time we had moved to a farm in the country, and it was a lot of fun.
My goodness, I find it amazing, Sarah. It's almost, when they say that when you're younger, you do things that is like a foundation for the bigger things that are to come. The fact that you're an actress and you use your voice and your visuals. So I'm interested in the way that you illustrated a children's book at 12. What's that about?
Yeah, I'd even maybe been a bit younger, actually, because I was asked by a puppeteer who was on a show. My mother is an actress, and a puppeteer had written, there was a couple of puppets on the show that my mom was on. And so she met me and she saw my artwork, and she asked me if I would do some illustrations and create some characters for her book. So I think I was actually even younger than that. I was maybe 9 or 10 years old when she asked me to do that. Yeah.
So when they say that in life, you have a child prodigy, You can clearly say that you're a child protege, Sarah.
Well, it's kind of
A creative genius.
I guess, I suppose I never saw myself that way, but I mean, maybe. I, um,
And
I
well, it's
suppose.
incredible. It's incredible. And moving on forward, you attended art college and
Yes.
graphic design and everything. So with all this at play, when did your acting come into the picture?
Well, I started out, I mean, originally I wanted to be a ballerina, but because my mom said that it would mean that I would have to go off to school to go to the National Ballet School and actually attend the school, live there. So she said, you can't do that. You're too young. I was like 4 or 5. So she said, you can go to acting school if you'd like, because she knew a great acting teacher. So I started acting school. So acting was really the primary source of what I thought I really, really wanted to do. I really wanted to be an actress. But because there was a lot of time spent drawing, I ended up really loving to draw, and a lot of people seemed to see that I had some talent there, and so I started selling my work very young as well. But it was mainly the acting started young, very young.
Yeah, and absolutely. And the fact that you're a young entrepreneur as well. The way
Y-
that yeah. So from your acting, have you ever been, what is the most successful the young male musical or that you've
of
wanted to
all
always
the,
play and you achieved that
I I think that,
with your acting?
well, I think that what ended up happening with me was I got into, I mean, it may sound silly, crazy, but I guess because of my personality, I wanted to do fun things, and going to auditions were not so much fun. But when somebody asked me if I'd like to fill in as a professional clown, I took that opportunity and then got very interested in performing as a clown because it was live. It was like live theater, and I ended up with a clown agent, and I did a lot of parties and events. And I think I would say that with my acting, that was the most successful just because it was very real and it was like live entertainment.
I find it amazing that you that one of your occupations is a clown, because looking at you, you look like a rock chick. You know, you look like that kind of magic. Well, do you have any pictures of what did you wear as a clown?
Oh, well, the clown costume that was my favorite was I was sort of uh it was designed as an Italian um clown, like one of those porcelain clowns that have that are just white. I had big black pom-poms and a black hat and a black frilly collar, and I did my lips very simple. I didn't have like a big nose. I had little hearts on my cheeks and lines like Alice Cooper. And I really was very subtle. I wasn't a bouncy, with a big nose and that type of clown. And so my costume was more of a Harlequin type of clown.
Right. I understand what you mean. What I'm thinking about, do you remember David Bowie,
Yes,
Ashes to Ashes, in the
yes.
music video, and he had the clown? Was it something? of a Harlequin, because I think it was a Harlequin clown. He had the big pointy hats, and
Yeah, it was the
so
same type.
a clown with style.
Yes, it was exactly that. I wanted to be, I didn't want to, I noticed that I started out, I mean, the first job I did have a loud costume, and my makeup was very loud. I didn't have a big nose, but I had like loud makeup, and I think the kids, I didn't I felt that they were a little scared of that. That wasn't, it didn't go over as well as when I attempted the Harlequin look, and that went over much better because I was able to just sort of be more mimey and less offensive, if you know what
Yeah,
I
because
mean.
I was going to say, I mean, I find it amazing that I mean, is that your full-time occupation, the professional clown?
Yeah, well, yeah, it really was. And I I formed, actually, from my clown work, I formed a clown business where I had 10 clowns working for me, and I put them out to work, and I would take a percentage of their paycheck.
That's
So that ended
fantastic.
up working well for me too.
And did they maintain the whole branding of the
Well, yeah,
clown outfit?
that was a really tricky situation where I decided to come up with an image that I wanted my clowns to have. So we all had coveralls, and we all had striped T-shirts, and I provided all the costumes. So I also did the clown makeup for everybody, and we all had simple black lines, little rosy cheeks, very simple lips, and just a white face with a black line. And yeah, I did create a certain image of a clown that I put out there, and everybody looked the same. And the one thing that I did want all my clowns to have was a Walkman, so that they would have, I mean, at the time it was a Walkman, now it could be, but they all had music, so that they were listening to music of their choice, and it was bringing, good vibrations to them, so they were having a good time.
Oh, I thought, and with the mimes, did you teach them to be a clown, or were they have their own ways of expression and
Yeah,
funny
I think, yeah, I
being a
think
clown?
that I truly think that everybody feels, if they're going to take on a job like that, in the first place, they have that in them. So I didn't have to do a thing.
What I find interesting is, how do you prep yourself? Let's say, for example, you're having a really not a very nice day, and you've just come out of a situation with a certain person, and they've brought you down, and then you've got to go to a house, and you've got to, hello. How do you prepare yourself mentally for that?
That's very interesting that you should say that, because, of course, that does happen. That did happen. Life is not always smooth, you know? So, yeah, I mean, you just have to, in that moment, like any other job, just blank your mind out, and take a breath and go forward, and just forget about the last second of what happened that upset you, and take it. I think too, when you're working with children, that for myself anyways, they brought out, and they bring out, just a great joy. And when they see you and they smile, you can't help but lighten up.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you. They're a children's world, a rainbow world, colorful, rose-colored glasses, literally. And the fact that, yeah, it's so. What's the most funny let's say, like, say, from one of the children, have they ever asked you something very, very funny, or a very funny question, being a clown?
Yeah, I do get asked some very funny questions. If I know Santa Claus, if I could connect them to Santa Claus, I think and usually, I mean, a lot of the clown work is around that time, around Christmas. So they really want to get in on that.
I love that. Asking Father Christmas. With
Yeah,
being a clown and everything, do you ever go to charities, like say for children's homes or?
yeah, I actually I've gone to different events that are held at schools just to do face painting. You know how they have festivals? I'll do that for free because I mean, I guess it's charitable, but I just, it's kind of nice thing. They enjoy it, so I'll set up a table and do face painting or make balloons.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the face painting and the fact that you do it for free because of the economy. It's great. It's a great way to, and the family, like say the parents, you're occupying the children, so they're happy. The adult world is happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes the children don't want to be face painted, though. It's more the parents that want the children to be face painted.
No. Well, you learn something new every day. I always thought it was the children. I never thought it was the parents. That's very interesting, I know.
Yeah, no, it is really interesting because I've seen more children crying and wanting to not do it, and more parents dragging them to me to get it done. And you're kind of like, well, the child is like squirming, but the parents are holding the child down. And it's like, you don't want to get involved, it's like, whoa.
I guess I just find you so talented. I never thought you were. I keep looking at you and I say, I don't see a clown. I mean, the fact that you do mime and as well, and you're entertaining children. But going back to your art right now, within your art journey, you were designing shoes. Now, what's this about the cougar shoe?
Well, that's an interesting story, actually, because not very many, I had completely forgotten about it. When I was writing out a bio, I was thinking, what did I do? There's so many things that I did with my art, but I was asked at one point to design a boot for Cougar shoes. And that was back, oh, it was a long time ago, but that was a lot of fun.
What did the boot? What did it look like? What was it? What kind of
You know what's
style?
really very funny about that, I find, is that the boot that I drew out was a boot that I wanted, of course, and it was very, very close to what a Doc Martin looks like. Just like a boot, if I mean, everybody knows what the Doc Martin looks like. That was the boot, pretty much.
Wow. Because sometimes they have like the Japanese Doc Martin that's got big platforms
Oh yeah.
to it. Did yours have platforms? Wow, I
Well,
find it. And what?
sorry.
No. Please go ahead.
Well, I don't think those ones did that I designed. No. But that was before
Do you-
they were like mainstream boots. It was, and it was just an idea that came to me because I was living in New York, and I went to a shoe store, and it was a very funny story. I had $10 in my wallet, and I saw these it was a beautiful shoe store, and they had all these really nice Italian shoes, and they had these ones, they were about this high, and they were lace ups, and they were really soft Italian leather. And I said to the guy, "How much are these?" And he said, "Well, how much do you have?" And I said, "Well, I've only got $10." And he said, "Okay, they're yours, $10." And they were really nice shoes. And I was like, I my jaw dropped. I was like, "Oh my God." And I got these shoes. And they wore down really fast, but they were beautiful Italian shoes. So it was my dream to find them again, but I never found them again. I think they were samples because I have very small feet. Like I was a 4.5, now I'm like a 5, but I was a 4.5 then. So I think um, that he just sort of gave them to me because they were samples.
I was going to say, that's incredible. Italian shoes, leather at $10. Oh my goodness. Did you get an espresso? Some kind of pizza as well to match with it? Oh, wow. That's incredible. The stories are amazing. So what I was going to say is, Sarah, if anyone wanted to pursue being an artist or a clown, maybe both, actually. Let's start off with an artist. How would you advise a young person to begin that path?
You just, I think that's it's a hard it's not easy, but I think that if it's something that you feel in your heart, you have to. There's no way around it. You have to go after it. You just have to not listen to anybody that tells you to stop. I mean, that's my biggest problem is I just don't listen to anybody. They tell me, "Don't do that. Don't," I just don't listen to a soul. And I just persevere. Just keep going.
And for being a clown, that is, I think that's quite a profound vocation.
To
career.
To pursue
Yeah, to pursue
that.
it. Yeah.
It just takes a little bit of makeup. You just go out there and, you can buy online the white makeup and create your own face and create your own image. And it's buy your balloons and buy your face paint and, get it together. It's really not a big deal to get it together to do it. And once you have, you could do it for free or look for an agent to get you the jobs, and then you're doing it for money.
Would you suggest, Sarah, to try out your clown ways and antics with family and friends?
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, I think, when you said to me, when did I start acting or when was my interest? It's funny because I used to perform for my family when I as early as I can remember. I think I was right out of diapers at 4. I'd make sure that they were all sitting down in the living room after dinner, and I would go in one door. It was like there was 2 doors on either side of the living room, and I would go in one door like it was the stage left and go out stage right and just like do a silly performance. So, yeah, I mean, and see how their reaction was. And when they were laughing at me or I was making them laugh or doing silly things or performing, yeah, you get a reaction. And then you think, maybe this would work on more people.
Which is wonderful because you get your support and your network, don't you, in order to, that sound great. But I was going to say, what's just come up now is, have you ever done improv?
Well, I've done workshops. I went back to school a little later. I went to a school called Maggie Bassett Studio in Toronto, and we did workshops and we did improv and we did it where we just yeah, we were given ideas and we just went with them. But I've always really liked that, and I also put together a show that traveled around. It was, I think I was in grade 5. I put together a little performance, and it was pretty improvisational, and and we traveled around to all the schools because when we did it at our school, they really liked it. So I had a mother from one of the girlfriends that was in the show drive us around, and we sort of toured this show. So yeah, I did improv. That was a lot of
That
fun. That was
you
the
did.
question.
Well, it sounds a lot of fun. Would you think that, do you feel, Sarah, that being a clown can really help with mental health?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I think I really feel that it brings, you can't really have the blues. I mean, sure, you can have the blues and then go out there and work, and hopefully it'll cheer you up. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I think that mentally, it really does help to bring your spirits up. I do think so.
And bring a smile on everyone's face.
Yeah.
Because this world is going in that lower, the we need the in the doldrums. So we need that brightness of a smile and a clown. Book a clown. So Sarah,
Mhm.
where can everyone reach you? Where can someone reach you?
Well, I'm on social media. I have a lot of different sites. I'm on Instagram at that Sarah1234, and LinkedIn at Sarah Jillian, and Facebook at Sarah Jillian, and TikTok Sarah Jillian 71. And I really enjoy making videos. They're kind of silly, but I do enjoy that. And now I have a YouTube channel that I've been working on for a little bit, and that is Sarah Jillian 1971. And I do have X at Sarah Jillian 71, and Threads at that Sarah 1234.
That's super impressive. And where can our viewers see your artwork?
Well, I do. I bought a site. It's sarahjillian.com. And hopefully within the next little while, I'll be uploading some of my artwork there. And then people will be able to go there and buy cards and paintings as well.
Fantastic. And Sarah, just before we go, would you like to share anything else that you would like to share with our viewers about your life? About your life?
I don't know. I mean, all I can say is just keep going. Like, like just never give up and just keep going. And it's never too late, is probably the only thing I have to say is don't ever feel that it's too late. It's never too late to do what you want to do. That's all.
So could you say that, Sarah, can you be a clown? Let's say could one be a
I'm
clown?
sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Sorry, could someone be a clown at 60 years old?
Oh my God, yeah. I think you can do anything until you die. Like, and whenever that is, you can do anything. Trust me,
Well, yeah,
until
that's it.
anything until it's your time. Your time is up. I believe you can just do whatever you want to do until that time is.
But with
Definitely.
like say if you're doing gymnastics or certain movements with your body, Is there certain things you've got to be careful of?
Well, I think you have to be a little bit limber, yes. So, that takes, a little bit of exercise, whether it be walking or yoga or aerobics, something that keeps you in shape is a good idea, but it's a good idea for anybody, really.
Yeah. And how do you keep in shape
Well,
for your role as the clowns?
I do about an hour of aerobics every morning, and I do yoga as well. I do a lot of walking, and I try to keep myself limber. And I think I'm a high energy type because I like to keep moving. And I think that's the key is don't stop moving.
Oh, that's a cue for a song. Don't stop moving. Love it. Love it. Well, we've really enjoyed you being here on USA Global TV
Thank
and
you.
Radio.
Thank
Before we
you
go,
for
is there
having me.
anything else you'd like to share with our viewers?
No, just, everybody just keep going and like whatever makes you happy, go with it. And I don't know, don't listen to anybody else. Listen to yourself and listen to what you want and listen to you, you
Well,
know?
thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
Thank you for being on The Wise Ones. And do come back for part
Thank you
2
so much.
in every way, because you are absolutely fascinating and your work is phenomenal. And I can't wait to see your cougar boots. Okay. All right. I was going to say, just before we go now, I want to say thank you for Sarah. She's an beautiful lady in every way, and being a clown as well. How fabulous is that? And it just shows that it doesn't matter. The golden tools that she said. It's never too late. Don't give up. Follow your heart, no matter what anyone is saying. And please do get in touch with Sarah Gillian and book her for a party. Be a clown, or even be a clown yourself. I'm sure she'll show you the works of being a clown, which will help to elevate and lift your vibrations. All right. Oh, we've got to say congratulations on a recent wedding. So would that be Sarah's recent wedding? I need to, yes, Sarah. My goodness, she kept that one away from us. We could have congratulated. Well, congratulations, Sarah, on your recent new wedding. How fabulous is that? And you weren't a clown at your wedding. Sorry, I need to throw that in. Okay, we're about to close now. And just before we do, I want to say, again, please do support the channel. We are looking for 100,000 subscribers for November, the 7th of November, on USA Global TV YouTube channel and Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. My name is Dr. Madeline Chan, and I am the host of Film and Music Show, which is live broadcasted twice a month about people from the film and music area. I also host Talking Heads, which I talk about my experience, my background, and I share with you, viewers, on spirituality and transcending from the matrix. The same time on Mondays, I'm on the panel with the lovely host, Caroline, and she hosts The Woman's Prerogative, Discover Her Journey, Define Her Destiny. And I'm sure there's going to be more, because in between that time, because I'm in the family on the mothership, and we're in a community on USA Global TV and Radio, and we are trained to the point where we are able to step in anyone's program, because when you are an interviewer, when you learn the tools of being an interviewer and learning to listen and learning to present yourself as an interviewer, Dr. Jacqueline then gives you amazing opportunities to either host your show, co-host with someone else, and have your own show as well. My name is Dr. Madeline Chan, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. And now we're going to have a word from our sponsors. Good evening, and stay happy and laugh a little. Keep smiling, everyone. Till next time. Bye-bye.
5 Little Known Secrets for Dementia Caregivers with Tracy Cram Perkins.
Hi there, I am Tracy Cram Perkins, the host of the Dementia Home Care Show here on USA Global TV and Radio. I am also the author of the book of the same name. And you'll see this QR code. This is for an extended version of the same talk. So if you want to see the full hour-long version, feel free to scan the code and go to that website. Stick with me. We'll talk about 5 little known secrets to make it a little easier to do dementia caregiving. What you're seeing on the left-hand side is a healthy aged brain, age 55 and above. The one you're seeing on the right is an Alzheimer's disease brain. It is in moderate disease. It is shrinking. It has holes in it. The memories that were in those holes no longer exist. When you're learning something, let's say in kindergarten, you learn how to tie your shoelace. Well, then by the time you're in 2nd grade, your brain remembers that information from tying the shoelace and applies it so you can learn more quickly how to tie more complex knots. So the brain is hardwired to do this for us. So it helps us learn faster so it doesn't take us long to acquire knowledge. The brain is looking for the information and they pick the closest to wherever that hole is. Let's look at some tips that we can use to help do that.
These are 5 simple tools you can use as a dementia caregiver to help your loved one. The whiteboard is a useful tool in recording the day's activities and the answers to repetitive questions. The calendar clock is a very useful tool to orient your loved one on the day, the date, and the time, and remind them of upcoming appointments. The communication cards are a great tool to bridge the gap when they can no longer tell you what's wrong. And then there's the pill minder for when your loved one is still able to take pills but needs prompting. The final tool I want to share with you is the memory book. It tells your loved one's story. It's a great tool for distraction, redirection, also as a conversation starter, and telling you where they are in their story so you know how to answer their questions.
Music is probably the most powerful tool in your toolbox after laughter. Music is a way to maintain connection. It sticks with your brain longer than any other thing, including reading. When you're having an issue with somebody, you can play their favorite music if you move them to another room, something that makes them happy, or you can start singing songs together from their childhood. These are some of my favorite books for caregivers. My show airs on the 3rd Tuesday of every month, and you can view past episodes on YouTube. Thank you, everyone.
This program has been brought to you in part by Tracy Cram Perkins. Connect with her and order her book at tracycramperkins.com. For more information about Alzheimer's disease, support resources, and how you can help, contact the Alzheimer's Association at 1-800-272-3900 or visit their website at www.alz.org. They offer 24/7 helpline support and a wealth of information to assist you and your loved ones.